Hi, I'm Joe. Yeah. Good? Okay. Alright. A bit farther south. It was just before midnight when the fire began. The house belonged to Martha and Richard Sterling, a wealthy elderly couple, who were only days away from moving farther south to a country estate for retirement. They had lived in the house since the 1960s, when Richard made his fortune as an investment banker, but the neighborhood and its inhabitants had changed since then, so they decided it was time to move once and for all. The blaze quickly spread over Martha's expensive antique rugs, and up the cloth covering the table used to house her collection of porcelain cat miniatures. Her obese tabby Cynthia was the first to smell the smoke. Cynthia rarely did anything except for the time she killed and ate the pet gerbil belonging to the Madisons next door. But this time, she sprang to her feet and meowed loudly, waking Richard. "Dear God Almighty," he cried. He dove out of bed and rushed to the closet to salvage what he could. His eye caught a glimpse of an old Polaroid. There was his younger self, clad in all white, lighting the cross that had burned so bright those many years ago. That part of his past was long gone, aside from a few racial epitaphs whispered when the Madisons' 2 children ruined his lawn, which he was sure no one heard. By this time, Martha was up in a panic. She tried to open the door, but the knob burned her hand. She regretted having her windows nailed shut to stop intruders. "Call the fire department," she shrieked. "They'll never get here in time," said Richard, still trying to maintain his composure. "What about Mr. Madison?" said Martha, with tears sliding down her face. Richard shot an angry look at his wife, as he slowly opened his mouth to speak. "I thought we agreed. We don't get help from..." He paused. "Their kind." "Look," Martha snapped, "I don't like them any more than you do. But do you have any better ideas?" Smoke began to fill their bedroom as Richard reluctantly dialed the number. He still remembered it from the time he tried to convince Mr. Madison that his kind were better suited living downtown. Richard coughed as he waited impatiently for his call to be answered. Mr. Madison's phone rang. He knew why Mr. Sterling was calling. He picked it up and listened patiently. "Who is that?" Mrs. Madison asked. "It's just Mr. Sterling." Mrs. Madison looked puzzled. "What did he want?" Mr. Madison smiled. "He just wanted to say goodbye. He's about to move a bit farther south."